and inspiration
24/7.
This is UBM Praise. The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries.
Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
Okay, ladies, do any of y'all want to hang with Sir Walter Jones on Today?
Yeah! Yes, totally!
No, not at all. We don't want you. Please don't come. No, I'm just joking. You can come along.
Totally!
This evening. A young man that you all know is Joe the Policeman from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama. I want you to put your hands together and welcome him to the stage. Big round of applause.
Let's go.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
Say it again.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who you with?
Sir Walter Jones.
One more again.
Sir Walter Jones.
The Sir Walter Jones Show. Co-host Alvin Carter. We are a Christian talk show in where we tackle all the hot topics in a believer's walk.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter
Hey there, Adam Littleton from sexyconfidence.com, and in this video right now, I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 signs that a man is going from liking you to falling head over heels in love with you. Now, as they say, love is a game that two can play, but both can win. But unfortunately, not everyone wins when it comes to love, because love causes us to do some things that we would never even dream of in the real world. And that's just because, if you think about it scientifically, love produces a lot of different chemicals that we cannot even control. And these chemicals are really powerful. These chemicals are things like dopamine, which is also activated by things like cocaine and nicotine. Man, I need a girlfriend. And on top of dopamine, love also produces another chemical called norepinephrine, or basically adrenaline, that causes us to start sweating or our heart to start racing. Oh man, I wish I didn't have a girlfriend. So these are 10 signs that you can use and you can refer to anytime you're unsure of whether or not a guy is falling in love with you. Number 1. The first one is that he believes and he expresses to you that you're really, really special. There's actually a study done by Rutgers University that basically showed that that single-mindedness that you get, that focus that you get on that one person when you're really in love, is due to that increased level of dopamine, which is the same chemical that also helps people study and helps you stay focused when you're reading or preparing for a test. Number 2. Number 2 is that it's not all about sex. When a guy is in love, sex actually becomes secondary. And a recent study actually found that 64% of men who are in love disagreed with the following statement: sex is the most important part of my relationship with my partner. So yes, sex is secondary when you're in love. Number 3. Number 3 is that you are constantly on his mind. When you're in love, you just can't seem to stop thinking about that person. They're just running through your mind. He's going to be texting you a lot, maybe even too much. He's going to be wanting to see more. He's going to want to be around you because he wants to feel that rush of chemicals that occur when he's around you. And he'll find any reason to be around you as much as possible. Number 4. Number 4 is that he focuses on your positive traits and he's blinded by some of those more negative traits that he might have. Number 5. Number 5 is that his behavior can actually become a little bit erratic at times, because you know what? Love can lead to emotional and physiological instability. He's energized by you at some times, then he's exhausted other times. And that's what love will sometimes do to a man. And that's because, once again, all of the love chemicals in his brain are controlling his every move and is pulling him in a lot of different directions. Number 6. Number 6 is that he makes you a priority. We as humans, either subconsciously or certainly consciously, are going to prioritize people by how much we love them and how much we want to spend that time with them. Number seven is that he's going to want exclusivity with you. When a man truly loves a woman and when he really is truly in love with her, he's not going to want to risk that woman going out there and potentially meeting another guy. He's going to want her all to himself, and he understands that exclusivity is the only way to make that happen. Number eight is that he tells you that he's in love with you. And I know trust can be really hard sometimes. It can be hard to trust someone, especially if in the past you've been burned or someone has really hurt you. But if a guy is sharing his love with you, if he's opening up in that way and telling you that he loves you, you know what? Sometimes he's got to take that leap of faith and just believe him when he says it. Number nine is that you are also in love with him. I personally don't believe that true love can really exist without reciprocation. If you make it clear that you're not in love with him for whatever reason, but he keeps displaying his love to you for months, even years, then that is not love. That is infatuation. And quite frankly, this works on the other side of the spectrum. If you think that you're in love with a guy who's not in love with you, then it's not really love. It's infatuation. Love is reciprocal, and if he's not giving you that love in return, move on. It's not worth your time. Find someone who will reciprocate. Final one. The last one is that he's becoming just a little bit more emotionally dependent on you.
Ladies, what do you want to know? How bad do you want to know it? What are you willing to do to find out? Aww. Tune in to the Men's Chronicles right here at the Sir Walter Jones Show at UBM Praise.
Monday. Hello everybody, it's Sir Walter Jones. I am he. It is Monday. Men's Chronicles, a women's guide to men. Today we sit around the mic and we talk about stuff dealing with men issues, men likes, men's dislikes, and men old. When we stand still, we men old. Pause. That's us, men. We go through so many steps in life. We upset our ladies, then we make them happy and make them feel good because we know what makes them tick. We go out and buy some jewelry because diamonds are women's best friend. That is, the jeweler is a man's best friend. Yes! But the diamonds, that's her best friend. We know how to turn the tables when we're in trouble, when we're in the hot seat. We know how to turn that thing to the right, then we turn to the left. Then we go up and then we go down, and we just do all kind of things because we know. And then we wake up because all the thing I just said is a mystery to so many. Women are trying to figure us out. They try their best to figure us out, and they say that we're very complex animals. And we are. Men are very complex. We do have tunnel vision, absolutely. But there are a lot of men in that tunnel, and a lot of the women are outside of the tunnel waiting for us to come out of there. And so today we're going to talk about this. How do men fall in love? How do men fall in love? We have different ways of falling in love than you guys do, ladies. We just show it differently. Right. You think you spot it right on. You say, he loving me, but sometimes you reading him wrong. Because the difference between a player, the pimp, and the guy who's falling in love with you, the good man, is not much on the outside. Not much. They both doing and saying the same thing. But on the inside, if you're really in tune with this man's heart, with his spirit, then you will know, be able to discern the difference between a player from the Himalaya and a real man who loves you unconditional, and he will put you on that horse and y'all ride into the sunset. On the show, we got again, as I do my Catholic cross. I see, there it is, did that cross. We've got here Pastor TC in the house again. Man, how you doing? I'm just excited to have you back here again. I think it was Thursday when you were here.
Actually, it was Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
All is well. Glad to be back.
Man, we're glad you're here.
I'm trying to get a regular spot.
Oh, man, listen.
Brother, help me out.
Listen.
Monday, grandma said if he hope me.
Hey, man. You just found your regular spot on Monday, dog, right there. We are trying to develop, and every week we've been on the air since October 6th, at least at this station, because we've been on for a few years now. And we've been trying to find regulars for our shows, and we've been finding regulars. And so we have a regular on Monday, a young man who comes in. He might show up today, the young point of view. And then Tuesday we have Tina comes in and she gives the women's point of view. Wednesday we got all kind of artists and whatever, they just come in. But we do have our regulars, and we have our once a month. We have our once every blue moon. We have open mics, just all this stuff, and we're just glad to have a family here on the Sir Walter Jones Show. But today, man, I want to dig into your head and find out what's going on in that brain of yours about how do men fall in love. And I'm going to start with this article, and then what we'll do is tear this article up, see if you agree with it or disagree. There you go. Yep. And see if it makes sense with you. We all, men and women alike, might feel the same things when we are in love, but the journey to love is an entirely different experience. When women fall in love, they are filled with bursts of happiness and other mixed feelings a man will never be able to comprehend. Men, on the other hand, are completely different. You see, unlike women, that experience intense surges of affections as soon as they meet a guy. Men feel something completely different when they meet a woman. So this article is here to show you the phases and the journey a man goes through before he eventually loves on this woman. Okay, so this is phase one. I'm going to read this paragraph and let's dive into this discussion. All right, phase one, the I like you phase. All right. Unfortunately, men are very shallow creatures. This initial stage is all about instant physical attraction. If you ever thought a guy initially likes you as a person, oh boy, how wrong were you? Some women may fall in love during the first conversation, but sadly, in the beginning stages, men are only attracted by a woman's physical appearance. Okay, that's at the first appearance, right? Don't be fooled by the physical appearance statement. It does not mean the whole package. Every man is different and likes different things about a woman. For example, most men are attracted by breasts. May it be small or large. Yeah, I'm a okay. Also, by your curvy behind. Okay, may it be small or large. All right, to each his own. More sophisticated men and usually older, like over 25, are attracted by smaller things such as the lips, the eyes, nose, and even the way you gracefully move or act in the presence of a man. Yeah, right. It's never about the whole package, but more about our specific appeal in women. Sometimes a guy may not even realize what appeals to him in a woman, but if he has such feelings, he will begin the I like you phase. All right, let's talk about that.
Okay.
The I like you phase.
You know, and like is a great thing. And I think that men get to the like stage and stay there a while.
Yeah.
Before they move to the love stage. And a lot of the article I agree with with different things that they like about a woman. But what happens is they get to the point where they look at a woman differently after there have been a number of dates and there have been a number of things that have occurred. So I think what happens when you start liking a woman, you know, let's take Flossie, for instance. All right. We'll use Flossie today. So Flossie. I like Flossie. Flossie's beautiful. Flossie is, you know, she's got something in her head and not just on her head, right. You know, not down to the ground. Come on, somebody. All right. And then at the end of that, I like Flossie because I like what I see.
Yeah.
But then it's got to shift. It turns the page because then Flossie decides to open her mouth.
Okay.
And then when Flossie opens her mouth, then I realize everything that I liked is pulchritude, and it's not anything on the inside.
No. You examine that word there. Go to Google.
So you know, I think that we get too much in the outer.
Yeah.
And we miss the inner.
We do.
We miss the inner.
We do. Now let's examine the like thing.
Okay.
I think it's so important. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be very controversial because that's my show. I can do that. I think
it's your world.
Come on now. And I live in it, or something like that. I think it's important to like a person, in some cases, more than you are in love with them. Because I know too many couples who are in love with each other, but they don't like each other.
Not at all.
And so the only
Can't
thing
stand them.
They can't. No. And once that love, in a sense, because some people say we fall out of love. Okay, well, that's debatable, depending on, So if indeed you do fall out of love, then you got nothing else there because there's no likes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I think liking is absolutely vital. What do you think the difference between like and love is?
Well, I think initially you got to like the person because I can not love you, but I can like you.
Oh yeah.
I can like many things about you.
Right.
Now, whether that morphs into, it's going to turn into love, that's through the due course of time.
Right.
But I got to like you. I've got to be able to like what you present in yourself. I've got to be able to like, can I be in the same room with you? Can I talk to you? Can we look across the table from each other and have something more than just air? You ever call somebody and there's nothing on the conversation after hello but a bunch of air?
Yes.
Because you have nothing to talk about.
got nothing.
You got to build that. You got to build that conversation to where when you like that person, you like many things about them. I like not just the way she walks. And we get so into, I like the way she looks. That's great. Yes, that's important.
Right.
But I've got to be able to like what she brings to the table. And what is that? Whether it's today is a conversation over dinner, whether tomorrow is we're going to church, whether the next day is we have the same interest in going to an amusement park or to a movie or whatever. Too often we find one thing that we like and we run that out. We run it down the street. We run it out like gas in a tank, and then we don't have anything else to fall back on.
Yep.
So when we say we love that person, and then we fall out of love, debatable, but we can't be around each other. We realize, you know what? I didn't even like you before I said I loved you. And now that I don't like you, I don't love you, and I really don't like you, then we have no relationship. So I can see you and I can be like, I can't stand her.
I can't stand
Or
her.
I can't stand him. Why?
Yeah.
Because we haven't built that relationship.
And that is true. And do you think it's important that people try to become as good friends as possible before they jump into that love situation?
It's vitally important.
Yeah.
And what happens is we relate a lot of our relationship with the sexual nature.
Right.
We relate how we feel about a person, how the person looks, and we've got to build that friendship. So a lot of things I like to do is I like to get certain things out of the way. All right. Is Flossie cute?
Right.
All right. That's number one. She's cute. Does she look good to the eye? Beautiful. No problem. Now, after all of that, I've got to be able to dig into her a little bit more because that's going to determine if I want to stick around a while.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's go to phase 2. It's called the scouting phase. Most guys, like a lot of women, for many reasons, as a result, they will scout and see which one of them will respond to their advances. Yes, we men try to get as many women as we can at any given time. It's only when a girl has passed through the scouting phase, by accepting our small advances, that we begin to focus our attention only on her. These advances are very discreet and are not upfront flirting. We basically need that little confirmation that if we do start to chase you, something will happen. Even though we like her, in this stage, we don't really care about the outcome. So if she rejects us, doesn't respond to our advances, etc., we generally don't feel a thing and move on to the other woman that we like. Sure, there are expectations, or exceptions that is, but generally this is how guys think at this point. So phase 2, the scouting phase.
Scouting. Now, how many times now? Let's not all act like we that holy.
Right.
We've gone to a club and we've stood on the wall.
Yep.
And we've scouted out the talent
from the pole.
Exactly. We standing on the wall and we wall dancing and we looking at the lady who's table dancing.
Yep.
And we've watched her diss 5-6 other guys.
Yep.
But then we get the nerve to go over there and ask her to dance. All right. We're scouting to see who is the best, as we say, talent in the room.
Yep.
Say, it happens wherever you are, whether you're in the mall, whether you're in church, whether you're always in the scouting phase. Why?
Yeah.
Because if you're single or if you want a relationship, you need to go to some places that you can glean a good relationship or a good person to even determine if there's a relationship.
Yep.
But men, when they scout, men are scouting because they've either had a bad relationship that they need somebody good. Mama didn't like Susie, So I got to go find somebody that's better, because if mama don't like her, then she's not going to last too much longer. And then the third piece is, if mama don't like Susie, is the person, before we get to that point, is she somebody worthy to meet mama? So we're always scouting out who is the best person for us. And when we scout that person, now we're trying to determine, all right, now that I've scouted her, now I see who she is. Now let me start to peel back the onion or the banana and let me see really what she's all about. So I agree, scouting. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. We scout more than our fair share because we're so worried about perception. So if I've got somebody, the perception is I want to make sure that everybody's like, oh man, he's got a nice girl. Why? Because you're looking at the one attribute, but then you don't want her to talk. All right. So what you're doing is you're scouting more so because you want to make sure that that young lady is best for you.
Yeah. And you got the deep Christians who say, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Well, you know, he that findeth a...
Okay. They go real spiritual.
Okay. Buddy Gill says, ladies, please go on about your business. Just like you ladies don't know, neither do these men.
Well, alrighty then. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Buddy Gill's my best friend, by the way. I still agree with him. Art Lewis says, well, we all let us pray. Father,
right. Art is talking. Jesus.
I'm going to pray for you.
Yeah. Sometimes a person wants to be comfortable enough to be in the same room and not feel the pressure to have something to say. Can we just sit in each other's presence and have comfortable silence? Okay.
Oh, no.
Pressure.
Comfortable silence.
Right.
Let me deal with that for me.
Comfortable silence. Like a silent storm. Phase 3, the chase. Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
If a woman we liked gave even the slightest positive response to our advances, we still start the chase. Sometimes those signs aren't even obvious. We just believe in ourselves that you like us back. As a result, we start to chase. The chase is all about winning your attention. In this stage, our aim is to get you to notice us and understand that we are into you. Once this has become clear and you have given us a shot by agreeing to go out with us, we move into the next phase. Okay? The chase.
Now, let's look at the chase. When most men, if the one you were looking at is one that you wanted to date or wanted to have in your space, you'll start to chase them. And what do most women do when you start to chase them? They go the other way.
They do.
They go the other way, and they play the hard to get card, which is fine. No problem. But at the end of the day, the chase that the men have is they find the one that will put up with them and their idiosyncrasies. Now, we all know men. We got some shoes, as my grandma would say. We got some issues, and everybody got the shoes to wear. We'll find the one that will put up with us, and we'll take that, but we won't challenge ourselves within what they're putting up with. I can't put up with myself. All right, so once we're chasing, now we're taking a look at who is this young lady? How am I going to get her attention? I've got to get her attention because I want her to like all of me. So I've got to have, there's two people that you meet. There's the representative and then there's the real person.
Right.
So what I'm going to show is the representative. Why? Because I want her to like me.
That's good.
You know, I want her to like me. I want her to like everything about me. But she catches me at the wrong time on a Friday and I've had a long day. I've had a bad day. And next thing you realize she meets the real person. And then she's like, oh my God, that's not the person who chased me down. Where is the man that I fell in love with? Where's the man that, oh, I'm going to get my tissues. Tito, get me some tissue. Where's the man that I fell in love with? That happens because we let people see the representative and not the real person. Why? Because if I saw the real person, that probably ain't the person I want to be with.
Oh man, that's good stuff. And on both ends, okay, you got the salesman, what you call it, representative,
right,
and then you have the product,
right,
all right. And so a good salesman think that will make you believe that you gotta have this product or you're gonna die.
Exactly.
Okay, that's his job.
He's a poor salesman.
Oh yeah, he's poor. Yeah. You can't live a second longer without this product.
Right.
And you get the product, and then maybe the product is good for you, and you guys live a happily ever after with your vacuum cleaner. Okay.
Right.
All right. But I think there's a thing that we call the thrill of the chase. As we stay in phase 3, you're saying that there's some women when we approach them, they move away. And then so that gives us a thrill.
Right.
It does.
Right.
Now,
It does.
A good man will continue to chase.
Right.
Because he's saying to himself, okay, this is not an overly easy woman.
Right.
Because if she give in to my first advance, like then she gave in
She
to
gave it to everybody else.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I think that's old school because today it's kind of different.
Right.
You know, some of these women we chase now, they right away 5 seconds. Really? Okay, here's my
right.
number. Here's my
Exactly.
here's my,
Why did you call me?
Right.
You got in your car. Why did you call me?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So we don't talking about them women. We talking about the ones who like the chivalrous man.
Right.
Okay. All right. So there's a thrill that happens over with him. Okay. Then she gives into his chase eventually. That builds something up in him when she finally gives in to him.
Right.
Because I think when you go after something, I think you would cherish it more than if somebody gave it to you.
Exactly. You know, we learned that from kids. You learning how when you had to earn your money versus it was given to you. You had more appreciation for it.
True.
So when an advance is given in at day number 1, just because I came over with a smile and a smooth line, you know, that's not going to cut it.
Right.
You know, a real woman, I think, is looking for a real man that's going to just come with honesty.
Right.
You know, I've got no problem with a man who comes to a woman and says, you know what, look, I think you're nice.
Right.
I would like to get to know you.
Yeah.
Can we do dinner? Now, she may say yes, she may say no. But the man has got to have the ability to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to chase you, but I'm only going to chase you so far.
That's true.
I'm only going to chase you so far.
Right.
You know, I'm not finna run all over the world,
No.
you know, kissing your ring like you the Godfather. That's not finna happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that I would like to get to know you.
Right.
And out of that getting to know you, we may find out that we're better friends than in a relationship. That's great.
true.
I've got a great friend now. And
Right.
there's some ladies that I know over time that we were the best of friends. Wasn't a relationship. And they say men and women can't be friends. The devil is a lie.
Yeah.
You can be friends.
Yes, you can.
And sometimes some of those ladies have been the best friends more than some of my partners.
Yes,
but
sir.
at the end of the day, I want this lady to see the real me. And we all like to cover up those things. I preached a sermon once. I got to get myself together. There are times that we got to get ourselves together, and we can't chase anybody if we don't know who we are.
Right.
And that's the problem with men today. We don't know who we are.
We don't. That is true. So there should be self-evaluation that happens.
Exactly.
But then, how do you know to do it? Because
but look at self-evaluation.
Yeah.
You just now you're making me go to the left here, tweet. You look at self-evaluation. When you look at yourself and you put yourself on that X-ray machine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't like the reflection that's back in the mirror. And instead of us doing something about, you know, we can go in there and say, oh, I don't like the way I look. I used to be, you know, all of us can remember back in high school and college days when we were chiseled. Well, you know, you let a little love get on you and you ate a few burgers and, you know, you ain't worked out as much. And you look in the mirror now and you say, well, you know, I don't look like I used to. Well, you got one of two choices. You can either go to the gym, get on a diet, or you can keep having lip service and say, I don't like the way I look. Well, at what point, what are you going to do about it?
Yo, we're going there, and we're going to a break. We're going to talk further into it. We got some more phases to go.
No, don't break. Don't break.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about how men fall in love with ladies. I'm going to give my examples and some of my testimonies on how I fell in love. And ladies, I'm going to tell you, how you think men fall in love is not what you think. You look at a lot of the ladies who put a lot of time and effort and a lot of money into your cosmetics and what you look like when they are parents. Sorry, many men fall in love with that unattractive woman, and we're gonna tell you why. Let's go to Nat King Cole. I want to hear something. That's my bro right there. Nat King and his daughter, years later, Natalie Cole, came together. She resurrected him with this song called "Unforgettable." Also known as simply "Unforgettable."
That's what you are.
1991, Natalie Cole, which focuses on covers of standards previously performed by her father, Nat Cole. It was also her debut for Elektra Records after being given her release from Capitol Records. A great product. I played this cassette to death, and this song blessed my socks off, especially when I was younger. I'll tell you about that later. Cassette. So Walter Jones. Gotta go.
Log on to urbanbroadcastmedia.com and check out the many services Urban Broadcast Media provides. Whether it's social media, video production, radio broadcasting, or audio recording, we got you covered.
Unforgettable. That's what you are.
Unforgettable, though near or far.
Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more
unforgettable in every way,
and forevermore.
And forevermore.
That's how you'll stay.
That's how you'll stay.
That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore. That's how you'll stay.
That's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Hello, ladies. Where can you go when your man smells like me? Close your eyes and I'll show you. Do you feel it? The sand between your toe tips? I do. Surprise! You're on a mountain peak. Why play those sweet shalalas you love to hear? Firework colors turn our world upside down. I hope you like water, because we're neck deep in the sweet waters of friendship and trust. You see, when your man smells like the fresh scents of Old Spice, you can go anywhere. Unless, of course, you prefer to stay in.
Yes!
Single Christians, good news. ChristianMingle.com has over 13 million registered members. Nearly 4 million new members in the past year alone. Every day, members send more than 200,000 messages. I sent one of those messages and met my beautiful wife. That's good news. Join today and find God's match for you. Sometimes we wait for God to make the next move when God is saying it's your time to act. The next move is yours. Joining is easy and free. Join ChristianMingle.com today.
Hey, this is Julie Norwood with 60 seconds of cool inspiration for your day. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. That's Bible truth from the book of Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter. The secret to success lies in knowing what God has assigned and gifted you to do. Once you discover those two things, you're golden. Somehow, though, many of us have been convinced that we need someone other than God to give us clearance to do what He's purposed us to do. Somewhere along the journey of life's highway, we've convinced ourselves that we need a degree, a certification, or man's approval to live out what we know has been seared in our heart to do. So today, remember, you've already been cleared for takeoff. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. That's 60 seconds of cool inspiration with Julie Norwood. For more inspiration, check out my webpage, julienorwood.com. God loves you, and He has an awesome plan for your life.
The following show is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries.
Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
Hi ho and welcome back.
Welcome back.
Ladies, what do you want to know? How bad do you want to know it? What are you willing to do to find out? Tune in to the Men's Chronicles right here at the Sir Walter Jones Show at UBM Praise.
Welcome back, everybody. Sir Walter at the Sir Walter Jones Show. Yeah, we're talking about how do men fall in love. What is it? What are the signs that you need to look for that will tell you? I think he in love with me. You don't love God. Yeah. Phase 1, I like you. Phase 2, the scouting phase. Phase 3, the chase. We're going to phase 4 as Alvin Carter walks in the door. I'm a poet, didn't know it. Yeah. This one's called the I'm going to impress you phase. By this time, some women are actually starting to fall in love, but us men are not even close to it. This whole stage is all about impressing you. We do everything in our power to show you that we are worthy mates. We plan dates, flood you with gifts, and generally trying to make you happy. We whilsts, hopingly to really impress you. It's in this stage that many women that have held out until now give in to the guy's advances. All right, so this is phase 4, the I'm going to impress you phase. What do you guys say about that, TC?
Well, men always want to impress women.
Yeah,
it goes without saying. But impressing a woman for a man is really, it can almost be complicated because the man's trying to find out what makes her tick,
right?
As well as you're trying to find out what you need to do in order to make her tick.
How can you tick?
So we looking at all this ticking and talking, and ain't nothing really going on. Now, here's my issue. Here's my issue with the impression.
Okay,
you do all that you can to try to impress this lady, and then what happens to the impression? It's really blown up. Yeah. So she either looks at you crazy, like, I can't believe he going through all this. Who does he think I am? You know how Pookie and Kiki does. But at the end of the day, you're just trying to find your way with this lady that you truly are interested in. But all the way back to stage 1. That's the point in stage 1 where you're trying to show some appreciation. And a lot of men get hazed because they're trying to show that appreciation. They're trying to impress a lady, and you end up going overboard.
Yes, sir.
Because you're doing way too much when what you're doing should be accepted and then explored to a greater level.
Should be accepted, but
exactly.
Then explored.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, accept what I'm trying to do. You making it difficult on a brother. I'm trying to I'm trying to wine you. I'm trying to dine you. You know, you taking me to Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
And I got
like
you
that.
know, champagne wishes and caviar
Not
dreams.
dressed like that. You ain't going to Ruth Chris.
Not dressed like that. You ain't going to Ruth Chris. Y'all, we laughing at that statement because we were with Marvin Sapp yesterday at the Chicago Fest. Yeah, I was with him. I was taking a picture with him, and I said, "Man, I'm so sorry. Chicago owes you an apology." He was like, "No, that's cool. That's cool." He got rejected from Ruth Chris.
Wow.
Him and his whole crew because of how they were dressed.
You trying to impress a woman? No.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. I don't know who he was with.
Right, but the other patrons were dressed like you. They were white. Okay, and he made a spiel on Facebook about it, and he was really upset about it.
Now, wasn't that Friday that we talked about? Okay, let me move
yeah,
on.
see, I can't go there with you. I just can't. Not today. I just can't. After the show,
I got the pick in my hair with the right arm fist up.
Right. Phase 5. The I want you to love me. I want you to love me phase. Let's see. If we are having a success so far after these 4 phases, okay, we want to know that you love us. Gaining your love and commitment is our utmost highest achievement. Instead of falling in love ourselves, in this stage, all we worry about is how to make you fall in love with us. Okay, I know this stage quite well. In this stage, we might even show our relationship skills, thus proving that we are indeed a lifelong partner. You might have already fallen in love by this stage, but this is when we need to see it.
Again, that's the point where now we're at that point trying to determine, is it infatuation? Is it love? Am I really vibing with her? How is that working? So we're trying to put the round peg in the round hole. And this is when men want to see, they want to show some sign. Right. This is the call and response. I want you to talk back to me. If I'm showing you attention, and if I'm showing you that there is something that this is morphing into something greater than just, okay, I like you, we're in a friendship, and now I need you to respond back to me and let me know, am I in the arena, or am I still in the dugout, if I may use a baseball terminology. You know, some folk think that they finna hit a home run and you still in the dugout, and you ain't even got up to bat. You ain't even got up to bat. So
you know. That long. I'll just hit the bullpen.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's it. That's it. So now we're in this stage where we're in limbo. That's really the limbo stage.
It is.
It's a limbo stage because you don't know where you are. She's not letting you know.
Right.
You assuming where you are. You telling your boys, "Oh, I got this girl." Yeah. And then when you turn around, you realize that you really don't have her, and you're trying to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Why? How do men fall in love? They want to know where you are in this grand scheme of things. Sure. And my issue with falling in love with ladies is that you don't want me to know where you are.
True.
You got to give me some sign.
That's true. Men don't want to dive into something about himself as it pertains to where his heart is.
Right.
Unless he know that you're there either first or with him.
And you said something important. With your heart. See, getting a man's heart.
Sure.
That's a big deal.
That's huge.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, I can like you. We can go out to dinner. You know, I can tell you, well, you know, I'm dating you, but I got some other friends too. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for you to have my heart,
true,
that says something about you, which you don't take it. You don't take that seriously because you still got me on where's loose ends? You got me hanging on string.
And let's go a little deeper. Yeah. And let's go.
But tell me you were waiting.
Oh, wow. See, Dion, how you doing, man? You all right, man? Good to see you, man. Like your shoes, by the way. Thank you. No problem.
Can you get those the roof?
Yeah. Let's go deeper here. Okay, this is the Sir Walter Jones show. We go there because Christians, we have the same problems as the world do. All right, the man will give her his money. Okay, he'll give her his time. He'll share his children. Okay, their time with her. Okay, and he will give her, of course, his penis.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he'll give her all that because the penis don't really mean much. That's just a part of the lust of him. Okay.
Yeah.
But the two things that are more honorable to him is his heart,
right,
and his mama,
right.
Those
Talked
are two
about that a minute
things.
ago.
Yep, those two things he's just not gonna give up willingly.
Yeah,
to her. Yeah, he not gonna give that up too willingly.
Yeah.
Because what his heart, where his heart is, but the Bible says where the man's heart is,
So is he.
So his
Where
treasure.
his treasure is,
That's where his treasure is, and so wherever his mama is too, that's where his treasure is.
You don't get the mama.
You don't get the mama.
I'm telling you,
You don't.
men, ladies, listen to me.
Yeah.
If you get to mama,
Yes.
you better run.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to mama.
No, you don't.
and ladies, when you get to mama, make sure you treat mama right.
Right.
Because if you treat mama right, then he's gonna make sure
that's true.
You're taken care of.
And that's true. Now, there's some men who may not have introduced you to mom yet. That doesn't mean you won't get introduced.
Right.
Some men are very nervous, very scared. Okay, they want to make sure that they gotta know that you're the one.
Yeah.
Because what his mom thinks about him is so vital, and it could go on for many years after that if it don't work out.
Yeah.
Now he's like, oh man, now how am I gonna bring somebody else to mama? What's she gonna think about me? All
Right.
right. So you might get that chance, either eventually now or later on.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be. Those who are listening, don't get discouraged because y'all been together for 6 months and you haven't met mama yet.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't trip on it.
Don't trip on it.
Let him lead. Let him lead you because
I gotta throw something in there.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes he don't want you to meet mama because he doesn't want you to know who mama is because you may think mama, your natural mother,
That's
is
true.
who you are.
Yeah, I agree with
Because
you.
sometimes there's an adage I've always said: relatives are coincidence. You pick your family.
Yeah.
And mama may not be someone you're proud of, but that woman you call mother.
Yeah.
But whether it's godmother, a lady you hold in high esteem, that may have, whether it's surrogate or biological, it's
Right.
that's that person who has your heart, because it could be your big sister,
Right.
It could be your auntie, it could be grandma. So it's something that it is more than just a position in the biological chain. When he introduces you to that special somebody, it could be just your good friend who has that place.
That's true.
Right.
It could be, listen, like, let me introduce you to my big sister.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And many times there are a lot of men who are closer to a woman that they're having a platonic relationship with, who they can pour their heart out to and be themselves and not have any sexual encounters with.
Yep.
Who they will use to gauge.
Yes,
is she the
sir.
right? You think she the right one?
And you're so right.
Who, is she the right one for me?
Right.
No, because mama don't know. Because some mamas, nobody's good enough.
Right.
Right.
That's
right,
true.
Right.
Yeah.
Some mamas no woman is good enough. But you got that sister or that good friend, then that's the one.
I mean, that's true. There was, God rest her soul, a friend of mine who we were friends for over 20 years, and she lost her battle with cancer, and she was my best friend, and I mean, she was the one that would come be like, I don't like her. Get her away from you. I mean, she ran them down because she and she was like, I'm your sister, and I'm gonna make sure your sister's not here. I'm gonna make sure that she's right for you. Yeah. So she ran down, but that's true. You know, you've got that person that's going to tell you, you know, yes, no, maybe. And when you get into those circles, I think what happens is folk try to go overboard and impress. You know, they try to perform, as we talk about. They try to show out. But you know what? This is when now you've got to take that look and you got to like with that reflection that's in the mirror. And you got to say, I like who I am.
Sure.
I'm comfortable with who I am. So if he's going to be with me, then this is me. I want him to accept me for me.
Yeah.
And not, you know, take me because you've buffed and polished me off. You can put some clothes on and dress me up, but the inner person is going to be the inner person regardless.
That is true. I remember when I first fell in love, I wasn't being young. You would think that I would be very sexually attracted to someone, but I wasn't. My first love, we never had sex. I was so caught up in loving her that if there was sex or not, it didn't matter. Notice my opening. The man was giving you 10 tidbits about, and he says that sex, when a man falls in love, sex becomes primary. It becomes secondary. I think that's what he said.
Right.
Secondary. Yeah, because whether there is sex or whether there's not, that's not important to him. The importance is, how do you make him feel inside his heart?
Right.
And the girl next door knows how to make that man feel like, because they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but that's not true fully, because I can eat wherever I want to eat.
Yeah. Well, my mama said, don't put your legs on everybody's table.
You see what I'm saying? Your mama was smart.
My mama said, don't put your legs on everybody's table.
She's smart. Yeah. The way to a man's heart is to his chest. which is where his ego is.
Mm-hmm.
And women think that we're not emotional, but we're very emotional.
Yep.
We just show it different
Show it
ways.
different ways.
Okay, you watch us, just watch us watch a game, watch us buy a new car.
Right.
Okay, watch us play with our children.
Right.
Okay, just watch us with our boys, or we show our emotion different, and watch us with you.
Yeah.
And see what type of emotion he shows with you.
Right.
Okay, look at all the love songs that are out there about that sang by men.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't think men are not emotional,
exactly.
listen to the lyrics in these songs that these men are singing to you guys in songs. So phase 6 is the decision phase. Oh, he's getting close. If we get into this stage, it means you're clearly expressed your feelings, and we know that we have managed to have your love and commitment. Now, unfortunately, for both parties involved, all we did up until this point was to prove to you that we are indeed exactly what you are looking for in a man. Because of this, 2 core problems arise. Number 1, we weren't actually being our 100% selves. So the man you falling in love with isn't exactly the man you think he is. I think you were talking about the representative.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Number 2, we never wondered if you're actually right for us, since our desire to impress you was based purely on our initial physical attraction.
Right.
All right. It's at this phase again is called the decision phase. It's at this phase when we finally start to wonder if a real relationship may blossom here. It's at this point when we start to actually observe you as a real person. And I know this may sound shallow, and see if we actually like you in this department. Finally, it's at this stage when we decide if you are worth trying a long-term relationship with us. We ask ourselves, do I love her? Do I want to be with her? Will I be happy with her? Is she the woman I want? Okay. It's easy for us, even at this stage, to dismiss a girl based on some seemingly pointless reasons, but it's how we are as a species. We are genetically engineered to spread the seed. So the girl that we do eventually decide to love and be with has to be perfect from our perspective. But it's also the same for you. The only difference is that you probably make up your mind sooner than he. Okay? So the decision phase.
Mm-hmm.
So why there's so many men who have settled?
Mm-hmm.
How come there's so many men in relationships who are just there for whether it's economical or it looks good on paper reasons?
Is it because they see what's out there and they just grab the first thing that look good?
I think that's one. I think the other one is that she convinced him.
Yeah.
She is almost like a shotgun wedding. She found a way to manipulate his mind that I am the one and there's no one else.
Vulnerable of that vulnerable moment?
Yep, vulnerable. And
what about the men who were spiritual and they said, the Lord showed me you?
There you go. That's another one.
Yeah.
And I think before you got here, Alvin, TC mentioned there's 2 guys. There's the representative, I call him the salesman, and then there's the real guy, I call him the product. Okay, so when you meet a lady and you're trying to woo her, you're just a salesman.
Okay,
but you don't really show the real product. You really don't.
You don't show how crazy you are.
You really don't.
You don't want to see that.
No.
You want to make sure you got her first.
So features then the fool.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's how couples get hooked up with each other the way they do, and then comes all the fights.
They focus on the features.
They focus on the features.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
creature feature.
It's the dating game. What happens in the dating game? We go to dinner.
Yeah.
I give her flowers.
Yes.
You know, I tell her her hair,
Right.
her eyes, her ears, her
Yes,
hair.
sir.
I do all of that.
Yes, sir.
And then as soon as I get her to fall in love with me. Where's Shy? Help me out.
Yeah.
If I get her to fall in love with me, then at that point, I start to then, I retreat because, I don't have to give her flowers. I got her. I don't have to take her out to dinner.
Right.
Because I got her. And then you wonder why she's looking down the street at another piece of product.
Sure. Because
you're not doing the things that you need to do. So guys, we got to be careful because once we make the leap and determine that, yes, I'm falling in love. I'm reaffirming my faith.
Sure.
I'm going to fall in love with this girl because even after we determine that we're going to fall in love with her, we still guard ourselves because we want to make sure that it's still going to happen. and it's still going to be there. So, okay, well, yeah, I think, but let me put the brakes on just a little bit because there may be something that stops her from coming my way. And I don't want to look like the fool because I done told all my boys that this is my girl. And the next thing you realize, she in the club with somebody else or she's at church with somebody else. You're like, wait a minute, I thought that was your girl.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful with that. But we also have to look at when we reaffirm and when we determine that, yes, all right, I'm falling in love with her and this is who I am. We can't lose our luster because we've now determined that everything is okay. That's when we got to make sure that she knows where she is, and we have to show that because we equate love. A lot of women think men equate love to sex.
That's true,
and that and that you can get that anywhere.
That's true.
That is not how we equate love, and women don't
we
walk
don't
away.
want it from everywhere.
No, we don't want it. Yeah, exactly.
No, that is so true.
We
and
think
so many think we do.
So true.
Well, you must want them. Oh, well, you want her. No,
that is
she
so
just might be
true.
a nice person that I think I can talk to. Don't mean that we got to get to bed.
Man, you guys are nailing it there. And no pun intended. But I think if we get it for free or we pay good dollar for whatever it is. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have to say it tomorrow too because tomorrow is the reverse of today's show, how the women fall in love. But I'm gonna say this. It's probably the most controversial that I've been on my show. Okay, by saying this. How old was I? I don't know. I might have been in my 20s, maybe early 30s when a woman. Me and her was dating, okay? Then the thing of sex came up.
Right.
All right. I was falling for this girl. I wanted to kiss her, okay? So I could kiss her on the forehead. I could kiss her on the cheek, but I couldn't kiss her on the lips. All right?
Yeah.
Now watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here it comes. Okay, y'all get ready for this because I'm going to repeat it tomorrow for my new audience. Here's what she says. She says, I will suck your penis.
Wow.
But I will not kiss you on the lips.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Say what?
Absolutely. And I did like Alvin. I fell out the chair.
Yeah. We picking him up now.
Yeah. I said, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I said, I don't understand.
Your breath must stink.
You need a Tic Tac
in your mouth and get a bang. Yeah.
You got morning breath in the afternoon.
Yeah. Now I meant to tell the kiddies who was listening in.
Funk.
Right. Viewer discretion.
With his drawers on, but it was Saturday.
Yeah.
You nasty thing, you.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I'm saying to myself, I am so confused.
Yuck mouth.
Shut up, Alvin. Let me finish this.
I'm back, y'all.
Yes, he black, y'all. That's what he is. So I'm confused. Or I'm young.
Yeah, that is confusing.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
That is.
Then I says, but why? And here's what she told me. She says, me kissing you on the lips takes me another place.
She saw that movie.
Me sucking you. That's nothing. And again, notice what we said a few minutes ago about sex. Okay. Now, when I heard that, I thought, no, she just one of a kind.
Yeah.
I heard it again several years later from another woman says, I'll suck you, but I can't kiss you on the lips.
And it was in a movie. It was in the movie Pretty Woman.
Okay.
Exactly.
It was in the movie
because that's what she did for a living.
Right. And no, she says, we don't kiss the client.
Exactly.
Because if we do, their lips are attached to their heart.
Yeah.
There it is. That's it. And so we need to transfer this into a man. We love differently like they do, which seems to not make any sense to them. You mean you fell in love with me because of that?
Right.
That's what they're saying to us. And we're saying the same thing to them. You mean you fell in love with me because of that?
Right.
It doesn't make sense in the real world.
Right.
But again, we need to examine these things. And a good pimp, a player, he knows that.
Yeah.
So he works on that.
He works it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Especially if that's what you want.
You see what I'm saying? We're going to finish this. We got one more phase, and then we're going to go into some more phases, all right? Let's send some Stevie Wonder. You can't go wrong with him.
Oh, never.
Yeah. He got a song called Make Sure You're Sure.
Sing, Stevie. Yeah.
From the Jungle Fever. Yeah. Jungle Fever, 1991 soundtrack album. America's R&B musician Stevie Wonder to Spike Lee's movie Jungle Fever, released on Motown. Y'all listen to the lyrics of this song.
He sees all.
Oh, my. Yes, he does. Sir Walter Jones Show.
broadcasting all over the world at urbanbroadcastmedia.com, delivering love and inspiration
24/7.
This is UBM Praise.
Put a Tic Tac in your mouth and get out of life.
It's a clean, fresh explosion of mint. Put a Tic Tac in your mouth and get out of life.
It's a clean, fresh explosion of mint. Put a Tic Tac in your mouth and get out of life. It's a clean, fresh explosion of mint.
Do you know anybody who's met anybody on Match?
My sister, she met her husband.
And she's living happily ever after, and you've never really considered trying Match?
Sounds kind of silly now, but...
You said it, not me.
Match. Start for free today.
Well, the night is young and the stars are out, and your eyes are all aglow, and you say you feel ways you never felt, but are you sure? Make sure you're sure. Well, the wine is sweet and the music sways, and your lips are so divine, and you say you know that you're falling in love. Now let's be mature. Make sure you're sure. I'm not accustomed to wearing my feelings in a place that's so obvious to see. But if eyes don't lie, there's a chance that you are not fooling yourself and me. Well, the night is through and the sun's come out, and so too as your loving smile, and you vow to stay in these arms always. Can you endure? Now are you sure love can be so insecure? So please be sure.
The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries.
Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
And now, our feature presentation.
Jones! Sir Walter 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 Jones!
Aww.
Ladies, what do you want to know? How bad do you want to know it? What are you willing to do to find out? Tune in to the Men's Chronicles right here at the Sir Walter Jones Show. Mondays.
Sir Walter Jones. Sir Walter Jones. That's my baby. That's the Sir Walter. Let me see. Now you got the Lovables, okay, from Bulls, all right. You got the Biebers people, okay. I'm gonna have to find a name for those girls. Let me see.
The Jonesettes.
The Jonesettes. Yes. The no joke Jonesettes.
The Jonishas.
The Love it. We going traveling, y'all.
You ain't ready for that.
No, I sure ain't. I ain't ready for it. I ain't ready for it. Hey, y'all, let's go to phase 7. Here it is. The I love you phase. Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Lord,
he went through hurdles to get to this point. If the decision stage was negative. Wait, yeah. It's at this point. It's at this stage when the guy will either dump you if you had a short relationship, or start ignoring you if you guys just had a fling. On the other hand, if he decided he does want to give love a try, he's now ready for it. The next few months, 3 to 4, will be the best stages of any relationship. He will give in to his feelings and be overwhelmed with love. You will start to see him taking care of you, acting jealous, and all of the other great things about love. And it may seem harsh and unrealistic that a guy has to decide whether or not he wants to fall in love. But we don't always rationalize what we are doing. These things are embedded into us at an instinctual level, and the fact that we deny love early in these phases is only because it's our defense mechanisms preventing us from getting hurt. And so it says, it's got a little important note here. It says, this is how men fall in love. If the woman we are after, and it says, yeah, whoever did the writing here, this is how men fall in love if the woman we are after gives in to all of our advances. If you want to turn a guy on his, turn him on his head, don't give in to all of his advances. Don't say I love you when he wants you to stay, or when he wants you to say it. Basically turn his world upside down, and then you'll see a man falling helplessly in love, not being able to control his own emotions. And I think that's a precursor to the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate, I think it is. Because in her case, she did say, don't tell me you love me.
Right.
And in Martin Lawrence, in a kissing moment on the couch, we actually had that file that we did play a few weeks ago. He's caught up into the sexualness of the moment, but he wants to get to third base. Is it called?
Yeah.
In order to get to third base, he's got to say, "I love you."
I gotta say, "I love you."
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And then when that happens, in walked the crazy lady.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Lord.
Right. Skeletor.
Yeah. Tell us about that, TC.
You know, I just think that when you're in the I love you phase, for men, it takes such a magnanimous point for them to get there.
Big word.
Sorry. Takes us, so long to get there, because really and truly, if you got a real man, he's trying to not only guard his feelings because he doesn't want to be hurt.
Yeah.
Either he's been hurt or he just doesn't want to experience that hurt to the level of what some of his friends have. And if he gets to that point, then it seems like sometimes it twists and it turns into a game. It turns into a game. Okay, well, I'm gonna make him want me. So I'm going to play hard to get. I'm going to not give him what he wants, and I'm not talking about from a sexual point. I'm just talking about from an emotional standpoint, so that he can know that he's on the right side of the fence, and it provides a deleterious effect because he's trying to determine where she is, and he's also trying to make sure that where he is where he wants to be, and that's in love with this woman. Come on, babyface, I love you, babe, in the scariest way. He's trying to make sure that he's in love, and it doesn't become a scary way, i.e., thin line between love and hate. And we get to that, I love you, and next thing you know, it's like, bam, there we go. Now I got him. Now I can work him over like a fighter in a corner. I can work him over, and that's what happens then. Why they're out of love? Why they don't do the things that you want them to do, because you spent so much time working them in the corner.
Yes.
That you didn't give them a chance to be the person that you wanted them to be. You so busy trying to tell them how to be.
Yeah.
You didn't give them a chance to morph into how they want to be and how they want to treat you.
Well, this is the file that's playing in the background. We're going to turn that up and let you listen.
That you don't understand. And I'm scared.
Look, I'm scared too. Okay? I'm scared. You can see it in my eye. But you got to trust me. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You hear me when I say that? That's why I'm here.
Darnell, is there someone?
What?
Do you have feelings for anybody?
Feelings for... I can't even think of nobody since I met you. I don't... Feelings? What kind?
Because I cannot be hurt. It would not be good for me to be hurt.
I'm shocked and you would think that I would hurt you.
It just wouldn't be good.
I'm not trying to hurt you, babe. Now look, I'm not. I ain't trying to hurt you, woman.
But do you want me?
I want you, baby. I want you like a... I want you.
But do you need me? You need me?
Oh, I need you. 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 Oh, I need you like need you.
But do you love me?
Can't stay.
I love you.
Take a mellow.
You gotta think too long. Study long, you study wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing spades. Didn't know whether he was playing the king or the ace.
Now the thing about that long pause from the time she asked to the time he answered, knows how long it is. That scene right there, that moment, is more intense than Freddy Krueger going around town killing people.
Folk. Yep.
Now tell me why is that more intense than Freddy?
That's scary because you know what Freddy's about.
Yeah,
and you can almost predict and project what Freddy's about to do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But this situation is intense and it's scary because you just don't know exactly the reaction to what he's going to do. You know what his intention is. He's saying it because he's at a place of reaching a goal.
Right.
And the different switch has been flipped.
Yeah.
Yep.
The lower cerebral region has taken over the thought process.
Yeah.
So he is strictly on not survival mode, but invasion mode.
Invasion mode.
Yeah.
You know, no, that ain't the answer. This the answer. Say what you got to say, so I can
get what I got to get.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm trying to get in the dugout.
I'm trying to get in the dugout. I'm gonna stay in there.
I want to get off this mound.
Yeah. Until the game is over.
Yes.
Yeah. But let me ask you though: do you think in his pause there still was a sense of I bet not say it?
Oh yeah, that was the battle.
That was
That was the battle between the upper and the lower.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That was the battle.
My head is saying,
my head.
I don't really love her.
My mind is saying.
My mind is saying.
Right, because his head was saying.
Thank you. My mind is saying, you right, you preach that sermon.
Yes, sir.
My mind is saying that I don't love her.
Right.
But my head is saying, I got to tell I love her because I'm trying to get in where I fit in.
My head rubbed. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Sure. I understand that. Yeah.
Wasn't that Mary J? She has a song, Why Does My my mind, but my body says yes. Well, but my mind says da 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 da. It's a song out there. Yeah. It's the battle that the women have as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. Men fall, Dr. Fisher says, men fall in love quicker
Fisher
than
Price?
women. Fisher Price.
Okay.
men fall in love quicker because
we always toyed.
We always are teetering. But women don't fall in love quick because they taking you on a memory trail. You know, they got to think about from the first time you called to when you picked them up to when you go through this long dissertation. You know, their memory trail is longer than my doctoral thesis. So we get to the point where men are like, look, I love you, let's move on. But the women are still trying to build those steps and trying to make sure that that's where it is. And then the big letdown comes.
Yeah. It's a wonderful segue into this article. It says why men are more likely to fall in love harder and faster than women. It's almost like TCU all in my notes. There's a common misconception of women are crazy, running around looking for men to pour all our love into.
You just text me, I love you.
Dupe into a relationship and all but smother with possession and affection. And men are empty. Any woman who's been in a relationship, however, knows this image of the woman is completely falsified. If anything, it's just another way men have turned the roles around and tried to trick us into forgetting the truth. Now, you know this is a woman has written this.
Mm-hmm.
What's the truth?
They know everything about us.
Yeah. Because we get less and less women listen on Mondays because they know it all.
They know it all.
But they're the ones that. Anyway, so what's the truth? Women are cool, calm, and collected ones, and men are the ones declaring their love and crying for devotion and affection.
So why cars getting tore up?
Yeah, I bust the windows out.
I was going to say, I bust the windows out your car.
Dug my key into the side of his brand new souped up 4-wheel drive.
According to Marissa Harrison, is that Art's daughter? Okay, Marissa Harrison, a psychologist from Pennsylvania State University. Women are much more cautious when it comes to love, and men have a tendency to fall in love hard and fast. In a study published by the Journal of Social Psychology, Harrison asked 172 college students if they'd ever been in love. If participants answered yes, she asked how long it took them to say, I love you. Not surprisingly, men were prone to say it much faster than women, declaring their love after just a few weeks compared to women who took a few months. But the real question we have is, why? Why are men falling in love faster than women? Why are the usual emotionalist, stone-cold, repressed feelings, macho men of the world, weeping? Weeping like the star of Nicholas. Right. Why does the one group of people who professes its callousness and determination to remain single always end up falling so darn hard? For all of the women out there who've been in a relationship and witnessed the beautiful and surprising transformation of a calloused bachelor into a gushing, lovesick mess, you already understand why men fall harder than women. They spent their lives suppressing emotions, she's saying here. Once a pipe bursts, it's almost impossible to stop the flow.
What an analogy.
Wow.
Men are the same way, they're saying. For years, they've been bottling up their emotion, pushing away any type of maternal guidance and ignoring their urge for nurture. Once they get it, however, they can't live without it anymore. They've let everything out, and they've been darned if they're going to put it back again. So men are much more territorial than women.
Not.
That's what they're saying. Women may have a harder time with the chase, but men have a harder time with the hold. Men have the harder catch, but once they catch, they're impossible to shake. And I'm gonna stop here because one of my great Seinfeld episodes. I love the show Seinfeld. Okay, had a good 10-year run, maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, there was an episode where Seinfeld went to a rent-a-car place because he had made a reservation. All right. And so he's with what's her name? Elaine. Yeah, Elaine. and they're talking at the register, and he says, "Okay, I'm here, Seinfeld. I read it as yada yada yada." So the clerk is punching numbers. Okay, and she's talking to Elaine, and then the clerk says, "I'm sorry, we don't have any more cars." He says, "But I called and reserved the car." And she says, "Yeah, but we don't have any here." He says, "But you do remember that you do see my reservation?" "Yeah, I see it." "Okay, but you don't have any cars left?" "No, we had a whole bunch of folk coming." He says, here's the problem. You're good at making reservations, but you're not good at holding the reservation." You know, and all this went crazy. And I thought it was a perfect segue. You could make all the reservations in the world. He says, I take here's a reservation. Here, take this reservation. Here's a reservation. But when the customer gets here, they don't have a car because you don't know how to hold the reservation. Right. And I think that's pretty much what's going on here. Women may have it. It says women may have a harder time to chase, but men have a harder time with the hold. Men may be harder to catch, they're saying, but once they're caught, they're impossible to shake.
Yeah.
Okay. So
is that why we got crazy men stalking women? Okay, go
ahead. That's a different type of man.
Yeah. And this is true. But the funny thing though about all this, because I think all of us have our own relationship situations and experiences. Okay, because I don't know if you guys fell in love with your wives quicker than you think she fell in love with you guys. Okay. I will say that sometimes men don't know what they want, and I think sometimes we don't know whether it's love or infatuation.
Yeah,
because I think we get caught up into our desire to want to touch it and what have you, and then that gets worked up in this soup where it's like, okay, is this love?
Yeah.
Or is this
paste?
This paste.
Right. I just want to be saved, but I still want something.
Yeah,
right.
I
don't want to be put in hell.
To live something. Right.
I still got to want to be put in hell, and I don't want the church to shun me, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Yeah. And I think when I was coming up, when I was young, I remember this girl who was not that attractive. Okay, she talked country. Matter of fact, she had a couple kids, and when I would try to get up too close to her, she smelled like her kids, like baby diapers and
formula,
formula, and all kinds of stuff.
Wait.
She was
baby
not
diapers. Which diaper?
Doo.
One,
Okay.
one or two.
Doo and formula.
I might be able to get away from one, but two, I can't be.
All
there
that.
with
She
you.
smelled like her babies. Okay, was not attractive at all to a man's sense.
Right.
But there was something attractive about her that I could not pull away from.
It was the mothering,
and that's what it was. It was the nurturing.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So men get attracted to these different things, and then you got to figure out, okay, is this a physiological thing going on with me?
It's physiological, yes, because there's so many components to what makes us fall.
There
in
you
love.
go.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like women fall in love with a man who can provide, or she'll settle for him if he can provide well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And feel safe. If he can provide, make her feel safe, and he's decent enough looking that she can tolerate, unless his money looks better than his face.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because I know some women have married some ugly men because he got a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
Benjamin is much better looking than, and then they go around lilting. Right.
And do y'all think we're more territorial than them?
Oh, I completely believe we're more territorial, because what happens is we have to feel like as men that we are, alpha male. That we're, macho man. And
sometimes we have to do that because they need to feel safe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
And after that, then another light switches on, because now I'm trying to go overboard to make sure that you know how much I love you, because I finally said it now. I'm finally in the game. I love you because I don't want her to fall to a point where she's like, he looks kind of good, so let me just have a conversation, and then that conversation morphs into something totally different. So, I think that piece, when you finally get that guy to say, I love you, and he's in the game, then that's where I said before, it becomes, this cat and mouse piece, because now, what the movie say? Every night I got to prove my love. So, right. I got to prove my love every night, because here we are. That was y'all help me with that movie.
5 heartbeats.
5 heartbeats, yeah. Yeah. Every night I got to prove my love. So, here we are, and I'm telling her how great she is. I love her, and I'm trying to do everything I can. But as soon as somebody else comes along that got a better bank account than I do, he may be the ugliest thing in there, then I still got to prove my love. That's just the same difference with, a guy who's with a woman, and you're like, ooh, what are he doing with her? And you ask the question, and you know the answer. I'm sorry. These views are expressed of.
And I didn't say it.
Right.
Of Alvin.
Yeah.
No, it ain't my name.
Use your name. Men, you said they're more territorial, but are they territorial in a different way? Because I know a lot of women who are like, don't you touch my man, don't you this, don't you that.
They do it in a very different way. There's a whole nother subliminal way that women communicate sometimes, and if you're careful, you can sit back and watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the feline species, they mark their territory by using a certain scent that is spewed out of their body.
Absolutely.
Well, women do the same thing with men.
They pee on us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One way or another. Yes. I'm trying to be proper.
They do. They pee on us all the time.
Yes. Or they'll stake their claim. They'll do something. Whereas you never get a feel or a touch in public. Let it look like somebody else. Sit on your lap.
Oh Lord.
You never get your plate fixed, but let it be in the presence of somebody else that they think is interested in you.
Oh, absolutely.
All of a sudden, you getting your meat cut on your plate.
What would you like, honey?
Yeah, honey.
That's
who
right.
the heck are you?
Who the heck? I ain't seen you all week.
I'm not coming home no more. I'm gonna stay here and let you treat me like this right here.
Right here.
And then you
went to the other lady. Listen, I don't like you. I don't mean nothing by this. But can you meet me here next week?
Yeah, there you go.
And look at me and wink every now and then because I like what this is doing.
Absolutely.
That's like an episode of Married with Children. Al would never touch Peg
right
until that young woman was there
That's
standing
true.
there.
That's true.
And every night she was being pleased because
that's right.
Al was getting a different image.
That's true.
They do the same thing. Women do the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is true. And wear your umbrellas, guys, because they will pee on you. They really will.
Oh my
right,
God.
right.
And they have ways of doing it. But you're right.
Spraying cologne on you.
Oh yeah.
Or being extra touchy-feely, or call your name more than once,
right.
Or they'll name drop personal things about relatives or families, or just position themselves in a circumference without saying anything, but just being every time they see you, they see her.
No, that's true. That's true. I was dating a young lady. She was driving, and we let somebody else sit in the front seat where I would usually sit, and so I sat in the back, and we picked up another young lady. And she sat, there's somebody sitting next to me, and that young lady sat on the side of me, on the 2 rows from me. So we went on to our engagement, whatever we were going to. Okay. And then say the engagement. And then as I was talking to the young lady that I was dating, I told her, yeah, me and this young lady used to date a long time ago. She said, really? Yeah. So when it's time for us to get back in the car, I sat where I sat, and she and that young lady who we used to date sat right next to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And as we get in the car, the girl that I date, she says, "Can you come sit in the front, young lady?" And I moved out the way. She said, "Why she want me to sit in the front? I mean, I didn't sit in the front before." I said, "She peeing on me."
Yeah.
She peeing on me.
She peeing on me.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a urination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be you.
It had to be you. Yeah, I'm being peed on. Just get up and sit in the front. Yeah. Just get in the front and do what she says.
Right.
Because it's kind
so we don't want to be a scene up in here.
We don't want to be a scene. Yeah.
She made you moist.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's when I realized, okay, there is a territorial, but they do it in a different way. Yeah, go ahead, Doc. You want it?
No, he's waiting on you to do it. He's like, I have my woman.
Right. Here we go.
Getting jealous of me. She put herself in a position. Had me smelling like pee. Ain't nobody else gonna get me. If it had to be up to her. 'Cause she made sure I smell just like her
No, I can't do it. Yeah, right. Now, after this break, cause we need to go to the Bible so that we can get saved again.
Hallelujah.
We're gonna go. Hallelujah. We're going to Proverbs 6 and verse 20. And maybe one of y'all can go there as we go to this break. I want to hear from the greatest song ever written in the 1970s by white people. It's called If. That's the whole name of the song, If, by a group called Bread. It's American singer-songwriter David Gates, 1971, originally popularized by the group Bread. The song charted at number 4 Billboard Hot 100 when released as a single in 1971. The song also spent 3 weeks at number 1 on the Easy Listening chart. If, as I choke, Sir Walter Jones Show.
Oh no.
Airball.
Log on to urbanbroadcastmedia.com and check out the many services Urban Broadcast Media provides. Whether it's social media, video production, radio broadcasting, or audio recording, we got you covered.
The internet, it's a powerful tool for meeting and connecting with like-minded people.
These days, it's difficult to find a perfect match.
So you had an audition today?
Yeah, if you could call it that. I was just like, I got there and I was like, this is a waste of my time, like as an artist.
So when it comes to chemistry, there's only one place to choose.
Thing is, my vision is so acute and just such a fine line. Like, I'm looking at this wine bottle right now, that's where my vision is.
That's where your vision is?
Okay, Cupid. We've connected more people to one another than some of the other websites.
At the end of the day, that's all you have is your vision and your wits.
Old Spice Odor Blocker Body Wash has 16 hours of BO blocking power!
That's right.
Power!
Yes!
If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? The words will never show the you I've come to know. If a face could launch 1,000 ships, then where am I to go? There's no one home but you. You're all that's left me to. And when my love for life is running dry, you come and pour yourself on me. If a man could be 2 places at one time, I'd be with you tomorrow and today, beside you all the way. If the world should stop with all things spinning slowly down to die, I'd spend the end with you. And when the world was through, then one by one the stars would all go out. Then you and I would simply fly away.
Hey, this is Julie Norwood with 60 seconds of cool inspiration for your day. Whatever your hand finds to do do it with all your might. That's Bible truth from the book of Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter. The secret to success lies in knowing what God has assigned and gifted you to do. Once you discover those two things, you're golden. Somehow, though, many of us have been convinced that we need someone other than God to give us clearance to do what He's purposed us to do. Somewhere along the journey of life's highway, we've convinced ourselves that we need a degree, a certification, or man's approval to live out what we know has been seared in our heart to do. So today, remember, you've already been cleared for takeoff. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. That's 60 seconds of cool inspiration with Julie Norwood. For more inspiration, check out my webpage, julienorwood.com. God loves you, and He has an awesome plan for your life.
The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries.
Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.
Ladies, what do you want to know? How bad do you want to know it? What are you willing to do to find out?
Oh no!
Tune in to the Men's Chronicles right here on the Sir Walter Jones Show at UBM Praise.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation.
Yes!
A great, dedicated man. A philosopher of a non-violent system of behavior.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Politics, doctrine, current events. Let's meet at the Controversy Corner on the Sir Walter Jones Show here on UBM Praise.
That's right. I'm back. This is Keep It Real Carter here at the intersection of controversy and what's love got to do with it. Ladies, we often talk about men and their emotional issues or their lack of expression. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be impressed or impacted? No pun intended. Yeah, I'll let you think about that. That's a point of rumination. Because many things you all do that you think will cause us to fall in love really causes us to impact and not impress. Because the impression took place upon the first examination. What they say, a woman know in 10 minutes whether or not they want to or not. Mm-hmm.
Yes!
So we do all this work to impress you, and you do all of that plotting to allow us to impact you, and there's still no fruit to be produced. So he's confused. So then a question comes. Do you love, or do I love what I see? Or do you love what you see, or do you love who I am? You can't answer that question because he's never gotten to the point of showing you the real him. Until you make him mad and then a fight breaks out. And yeah, some of y'all out there who love it when that man gets mad. It's something about that angry man that turns you on. I ain't lying, I know firsthand. So, it comes to the next query of this discussion. Can my keeper of the heart hand you the reins? Because see, yes, a man keeps his heart protected. He also has someone to watch over it. Because a man always has a backup plan. If he doesn't realize it, he does. There's always somebody watching out for him, whether it's his boys or a female that's one of his boys. Yes, there's one of those, and she ain't got to be of the other sexual persuasion. There's always a woman in his life that he loves as much, and she falls in the category as one of the boys, whether it's his sister, auntie, cousin, grandmama, or big mama.
That's right.
Maybe even Buddy.
I'm going to pray for you.
When he gets to the point where he's able to allow you to possibly take the reins, here's the next question. Show me yours and I'll show you mine.
Yes!
We're talking about your heart, your dreams, your goals. A wise woman will hurry up to this place because then she'll find out if she's wasting time or if he's wasting time. The current table, the current statement now is what you got to put on the table. Table still look empty so many. Then you find yourselves facing project-based relationship versus perpetual routine. Project-based events. I'm going to do this because this is coming up to impress. I'm gonna do this because this is coming up because I want to make her feel good. Valentine's Day, birthday, the day we just met, a date, a moment, or I'm getting that feeling down yonder and I just want to make sure this is a special moment. Women, on the other hand, if I do this and he likes it, I'll keep doing it because he'll keep doing what he did. And then it's perpetual, it's routine, and eventually it wears off because he felt like he's met the goal and the event has been accomplished. He's reached it. Then you have reaction versus recall. The reaction is, do you love me? And then you say, tell me why. And then he has to remember all the reasons and whys of why he love you. I just do, baby. But why? Why? No, men are more how, not why. Then, got a question for everybody. How many times do you need to hear it before you believe it? How many times do you need to see it? How many times do you need to feel it? If everything has been quantified by the amount of events, then I'll go back to my very first question. What does love got to do with it? Nothing. That's my controversy corner.
Nothing, honey.
That's about it. Nothing.
Controversy Corner, 5:30 every day Central here on the Sir Walter Jones Show. Welcome back, Carter. Welcome back. Yes. Somebody had sent me a little meme that says, be a gentleman, know when to hold her hand, but be a man, know when to pull her hair.
I ain't paying for no weave.
I ain't doing it.
You pull it out, you pay for it.
I ain't gonna do it, and I ain't gonna don't touch this.
Yeah, no. I don't know how to thread no needles.
No, sir.
No sewing.
So got a stitch mark now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Lay down by this Singer sewing machine so I can fix your hair.
Just be still.
I sow seeds, not hair.
If we don't go to the Bible now, lightning bolts gonna come up in here. Proverbs 6. That started what, 20 verse maybe?
Proverbs
6:21.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We both got these devices today, and they taking their time.
Exactly. They slow going.
What
all right. I got it.
Okay, get it.
All right. Here we go. Proverbs 1. What'd you say? 6:21. Here we go.
20. Started 20.
20. All right. My son, keep thy father's commandment,
okay,
and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Okay.
Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is the light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life.
So also, right, all of that is what our fathers are supposed to have given us as children, these instructions, okay? And then we shouldn't abandon them.
Right.
Okay, got that.
All right. We ready? 23? 24. To keep thee from the evil woman.
Uh-oh.
Lord have mercy.
That's part of that law.
That's
Let me say that
over
again.
the ring.
Yes.
Let me say that again.
Yes, sir.
To keep thee from the evil woman.
Okay.
From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Women do that?
Lord have mercy.
Wow.
That's tomorrow's show.
Okay.
All right. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart.
Okay.
I believe that was about in the third phase.
Yeah, I think that was third phase.
All right, let's keep moving. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
So she blinking and winking.
So when she blinking and winking, Delilah, don't fall for the trick.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for the haircut.
Bathsheba.
All right.
Gotcha.
Hallelujah. Let's keep moving.
Yes.
For by means of a whorish woman. I believe somebody said he don't want it from every woman.
No.
He don't want it from every woman.
No,
all right.
don't.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread.
Whoa! He can have some Air Jordans on and the finest suit, but he like a piece of bread.
He was like a piece of bread
because she laid him out.
Because she gave it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he a hoe got talent.
Because he got to pull her hair, and he didn't have to pay for it.
Hoe got talent.
That's a new TV show.
Yeah.
Hoe got talent.
I believe the song says she's got the potion in the notion to cure your ears. She got skills. All right, let's keep reading.
Yes, sir.
And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Oh.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
Not even a magician
Can one go up upon hot coals?
Oh, man.
And his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her, shall not be innocent.
How did you jump the neighbor's wife?
Yeah, well, he might get ready to explain.
Your neighbor,
we'll talk about that.
Your neighbor's a hoe.
She's a hoe. You know she's a hoe. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold.
Yeah, don't kick a thief. Don't kill him. I mean, don't despise him. He's doing it because he's hungry.
Exactly.
Okay, but he still got to pay back.
But he got to pay back. But guess what? Restoration.
Yeah.
Restoration's there.
Sure.
But he be found. He shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house.
Okay, so he got a chance to be restored.
He got a chance to get it back.
Okay, now watch this.
All right. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroy his own soul. Notice it says destroyeth.
His own soul.
His own soul.
Yeah.
A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. As we talked about earlier, the man's stalking them ladies. All right. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
So the thief have a better chance. Okay, don't despise him. He restore him. Okay, but this guy. Now the reason why I brought that up because it's really not so much of the subject of adultery. I want to focus on the subject
of the rage of that man.
The rage of a man and the territorialness that we were talking about between a man and a woman.
Right.
Women, a lot of times, they will forgive. In this case here, they'll take men back. They'll do whatever they can. A lot of them will. If here goes the man in the same situation. His territorial situation is he's enraged by this guy who's messing with his woman.
Right.
To the point where I think you read where he won't take a ransom.
Yeah, I don't want nothing but your life.
I don't want nothing but your life.
But your life.
Your apologies mean nothing to me. Yeah, Jesus right now means nothing to me.
Wow.
And that's the trick bag.
Yeah.
You know, and you said it earlier. You said it earlier, preacher. Women will take men back. Why? Because when women fall in love, they want to make sure that man, even though any vicissitude that they have, they will take them back.
Yeah.
And they will forgive them. Why? Because if we come apologetic,
right,
they'll take us back. But we turn the page and the woman falls. We forget our failures. And the woman falls, and we ready to kill everybody.
Yep, kill everybody.
We got the loaded magazine, and I ain't talking about Essence and everything. No. We got the loaded magazine. We finna kill everybody.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
And in certain cases, if that's the information at trial, he may get off for temporary insanity from that.
That's true.
Exactly.
Because they have done that. They have gotten off. Yeah, because of that. And that's amazing. That's
Your Honor, he was found in the downstroke.
Yep.
He snapped. He snapped. Now, I can't go get the gun, but if I got the gun, then I'm cool. I'm good. I'm going to get off.
Yeah, and that is true. And it depends on the sex of the judge a lot of times.
Right.
Will determine.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Well, nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And so... to recap all of this stuff up here, okay? So men fall in love for different reasons. We've figured that out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we are complex in a sense. And the falling in love is a stage. You guys think it's a stage? That we
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Some men may fall in love right away, love at first sight, maybe. But in a real world, it's the stages.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you read there where there's territorial situations there when he finally do fall in love.
Right.
Because if he don't really love her, he ain't going to that extreme what you just read.
He ain't going to that extreme. No. Not for a fling. Not for a relationship. And you know, and I mean, we my wife, I fell in love with her, but I still had to make sure that she was going to be there. So I couldn't let her into my heart.
Sure.
Because I'm like, you know what? Because if she decide to roll, then I'm out there, and then that's another place. Here you go. He got the gun again.
Yeah.
Because you done took me there.
Oh no.
Natalie just called this the Man Cave Monday.
Hey, I like that, Natalie. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
MCM, yeah, man cave money. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I wish we had a thought of that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well,
Natalie, girl, you think like a man.
She think like a man. She's obeying
that Harvey guy.
Yeah, Harvey guy.
Yeah. She on
think
his
like
team.
a man, smoke like a
Roderick.
I don't know. Okay, and on one of our shows, I can't remember what show it was. We talked about the woman A, woman B, woman C. Okay, and I don't know which show that was. Yeah. It's been a while ago. Okay, right quick, we got less than 5 minutes. But the woman A is the woman who gives you everything sexually. Okay, she don't really want to. She don't care about marrying you, nothing like that. Matter of fact, she know you with somebody.
Yep.
You just go there, get you. She's the side girl. You get your thing, and you out.
And she good with it.
She good. Okay, and she might even give you some money if you need to pay bills. Okay, that's
woman.
Now, girl B. Now, girl A doesn't. She's not as fine, really. She just your regular, everyday girl. Okay, a girl B is the girl she's beautiful. She's fine.
Right.
She's eye candy. She's the one you put on your shoulder and you take her to all of the high society places.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And she's kind of a gold digger because you're giving her money, what have you.
Yep.
All
You're
right?
paying for it.
You're paying for it. All right. She know again you got somebody main squeeze, but she cool with it. And you might want to put an addendum on some of those because some of the girl B waiting for you to leave your wife.
Right.
Right. And most times you don't.
Because that's what he's saying.
That's what
baby,
yeah.
Baby, I'm a leaver.
I'm a leaver. Okay. Then woman C is your woman. Whether it's your wife or whether it's just your main squeeze, she's everything to you. And she don't have to look as fine as B. Okay, she's just she takes care of your children. She takes care of your needs emotionally, and you're there for. At the end of the day, you return back to her. That's your main squeeze. Okay, and she knows kind of about the other women, but she's like the movie Ray. We talked about Ray's wife.
Right.
Okay, she was C.
Right.
Okay, she was C. And then come D, that crazy woman we just played for you from Thin Line. All right. She's the wild one that
everything you want.
Yeah, she give you what A gives you.
Yeah.
But she's crazy as a bat, and you got to be careful of her. So A, B, C, D. A lot of men, if he wanted to design the perfect woman in his life,
it'd be elements of all.
It would be elements of all of those.
Yep.
In that one woman, and
that's been said many times by players.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They say I play because I get this from that one, and that from this one, and this from that one.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And then are there some women out there that are like that? I believe they are.
There are.
Yep, I believe there are. There's some women out there.
There's women like that.
Yeah, man, they're very beautiful. Number A, they give him all of the sexual satisfactions he need in that marriage. Number C, she takes good care of the home, take care of the kids, and he loves her. Unfortunately, he don't. Well, no, fortunately, he don't want D.
No, he don't want D.
No, he don't.
No, he don't want D.
No, he don't want D.
When D shows up, he gets out of there.
Yeah, he's out. He gone. Now, what he do like in D though is she crosses her T's and dots her I's, meaning she's good in finance, good in business, and what have you. Okay, so but we get some of those women, but unfortunately comes that other attitude with them.
Right.
And some of us men hold on to that girl.
Right.
Because she's good in one area, in the other area we don't like it, but we deal with it.
Yeah, we deal with the earrings pulling off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all listen, I'm gonna get out of here. TC Doc, where can we find you again, man?
I'll be at 200 South Sacramento, Walls Memorial CME Church, and I'll be showing up with you.
Man,
I'll be showing up with you if that's all right.
Yes, sir.
If you have Old Country Boy.
Man, listen, mics, we got 4 mics here.
Yeah, man.
And these mics are always open for you whenever you just...
3 West Side boys, look at that.
There
Come
you
on
go.
now, 3 West Side boys. Just in case you are in this area, you just want to stop by, you don't even need to know the subject.
Right.
Because he's already well-rounded. So do your thing. Now, Alvin, he's well-rounded physically, but you're well-rounded mentally. Okay. Thank God for Alvin being back on the show.
Alvin don't even know what to say on that one.
And I won't keep taking this abuse.
He gives me pot shots all the time.
Not really.
Yeah. Just like that girl P. Did you pee on me?
You're right.
He gives me pot shots.
You started that.
Natalie Cole's about to sing for us. Her and her dad. They coming back again. Stardust.
Right.
When I Fall in Love. Stardust. 1996. Yeah. She won the 39th Grammy Awards. The evangelists getting ready to come on. Listen, tomorrow, how do women love? Tomorrow, how do women love? It won't be talked about from men point of view. It's going to be talked about from women point of view.
We need to show up for that one.
We showing up, though. Lavinia will be here. Tina will be here. And the fine women going to talk about...
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
A, B, C, D. All right.
I'm not saying nothing after that. I got to go pee. Someone Joe Show.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Sir Walter Jones Radio Show, where he provides you with a biblical perspective for your everyday life. Stay connected to Sir Walter Jones by visiting him online at www.sirwalterjones.com or on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Sir Walter Jones Show. Stay tuned until next time with the Sir Walter Jones Show with Sir Walter Jones.
If you can't find any work, I'll put in a good word for you at my job, man.
You ain't got no job, man.
Yeah, one more time. Randy Watson, how about it?
And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too is when I fall in love with
When I fall in love, it will be forever, or I'll never fall in love. In a restless world like this is, love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too is when I fall in love. When I fall in love with you. Ooh, this love feels so when I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart. Never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too is when